welcome back to Swans Cast. We're going straight into a pre-match for the next game, which is going to be against Preston on Easter Monday. Nice little face you put in there, Chris.
Just looking at Scott's face.
Yeah.
I was looking at Chris's face. I think, oh, here he goes.
Preston at home then on Easter Monday, I believe 3 o'clock kickoff. So welcome back, Lee, Scott, and Chris.
Thanks. Nice to be here. 3
defeats in a row for Swansea. Preston's form isn't great either. Not that it seems to matter these days, but 2 draws and 3 defeats in the last 5. Are we going to get back to winning ways on Monday?
No. The thing is, though, like they got a draw against Norwich, didn't they, last game? So they nicked the goal right at the end. Fair enough, well played to them. But that's Norwich, top of the table. They play really good football.
Norwich did play a weaker team.
If Cooper does not change the system, we are going to struggle for the rest of the season.
Quick thing on Preston before we get into Swans. They have just sacked their manager and they've got an interim manager. Birmingham, I don't know, like, there's a bit of history with Swans, and every time we play a team that their manager's changed, we always seem to do rubbish.
Can you say that about all teams, though?
No.
Yeah, I think it is. No, what he means is like every single team probably has the same mentality that way. Oh, we're going to play
whoever gets a new manager always has that new manager bounce, no matter like.
It's not always though. I just feel like sometimes
it's not 100% wins. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of the time. Isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is a lot of the time. But I'm saying every time that we seem to play a team with a new manager, we genuinely seem to lose. Bristol.
Or a team that haven't scored or won in 10 games. Have a win off Swansea, boys. Welcome. Have a Christmas present.
We're nice like that.
Like, even though Norwich got a draw against Preston, which was technically the first game after the sacking, or I don't know, it might have been the second game, I just wouldn't be surprised if we give them the first win. Do you get me? That's what I'm saying. Norwich didn't give them the first win, but I would
actually the way they were playing.
Might. Yeah, but it seems to always be the case with that. Like Birmingham, it wasn't the first one for Birmingham, actually, because Bowie already got one, didn't he, against, I'm not sure who it was. I think this was his third game. It was against Reading. They beat Reading. Scrapping for their lives as well. But Preston, kind of in a mid-table, they're probably not going to go down. They kind of got nothing to play for. We should have something to play for, but still not confident then.
The only thing we've got to play for is to try and stay in the playoffs now.
So Lee, do you want to elaborate on this?
Yeah, because if people say we can get promoted now, if people say we can realistically get promoted, then we can realistically drop out of the playoffs because we're closer to 7th than we are to 2nd now.
That is true.
So he's got to change something again to get a run of form in to go into the playoffs, because I don't see us getting promotion now. But he's got to change something for us to be ready for the playoffs, because if this carries on now, like we said, and carry on playing like this, then we've got no chance of beating anybody in the playoffs anyway.
Yeah.
So that's where we are.
You are right. The focus for me now has got to be like, maybe we need to forget about 2nd. Maybe if it's the pressure that's maybe getting to us, I don't know. But forget about 2nd and just concentrate on trying to get a little bit of form and consolidate being in the playoffs, and then go into the playoffs with a little bit more feel-good factor around us.
Honest question. Do you think it'll be a bit of a disaster if we get promoted next year?
I don't care if we finish last. The money that will help us a lot.
I know, but
it's going to be a year of
I don't think so. I think people are judging us going up on what you're seeing in the last couple of weeks, but you'll get players in. I still think there's a couple of teams in the bottom of the Premier League that are quite as bad to watch as what we are right now.
I want to be in the Premier League, right? Winning games, doing well, like we were, first couple of years when we got promoted last time. But the other side of me as well, like going down the Liberty and winning more than we are losing. Yeah. And I think the Championship is,
in terms of watching us win games, the Championship is going to be better for it. But in terms of the stability of the club, we could really do with the money.
Well, we could do with someone like Ryan Reynolds buying us, really, couldn't we?
Yeah, but how much does Wrexham cost compared to how much we would cost? Like, they're not going to sell for a loss, are they? Even if we go up, right, and the Americans are like, well, we'll try and make the evens. They've got more chance of doing that in the Prem than they have in the Championship.
Not talking about the Americans. That's another conversation again, that is.
Yeah, but I mean, we touched on this before. I think they've done a lot better recently, but that's, like you said, another conversation.
It's because they've got bloody net savings of all the players he sold. That's why we're doing well. They haven't put any money into the club. It's all money that we've bloody sold players for. They did nothing.
I mean, the accounts are there to see that they didn't take money out as well.
I'm not getting these up again.
Let's not go into that again.
Yeah, okay. Let's leave that one, boys. Come on.
But I mean, they made mistakes when they first came in, and they've definitely done better things. I'm not saying it's all perfect, but it's not as bad as it was when they first came in and got people like Bob Bradley in, is it? Like, that was a bad time. But
I'll take him now. No, I'm joking, boys. I'm joking.
Well, to be fair, we probably scored more goals under him. Remember 5-4 against Crystal Palace?
Bloody hell, I don't want to live through that game again.
Well, I was at a wedding. It was quite exciting. It's just like getting phone updates on my phone under the table. It's like, oh, Swans are winning like 3-1. Next minute, it's like, what? 4-3?
It was bonkers down the Liv deal for that one. It was class.
Yeah.
I'm saying is, if I ever get married, Luke, your phone's staying in your house because you're not being on it when I'm saying my vows.
You're not going to get married anyway, mate. You need to buy a ring for that. How many years has it been? Yeah,
Luke. Is he still there?
Okay, so Preston then. Let's have a look at the team. Would you keep it the same as Birmingham, or would you make changes?
100% not.
What would you do then, Scott?
I would go, well, then again, like, I want to say what I would do, yes, but I want to also say what I'm thinking Cooper would do. But I'm thinking he'll only make probably one change up front. He'll keep the three.
That's optimistic, if you ask me.
Bloody, I know. But personally, I'll go four at the back and then use Ayew behind the striker. That's what I do, because I think that's his best position. I think just behind a striker, he can create. He's like, he is a cam, isn't he, normally? I think he was a cam.
He's a winger, his position is, but I think he plays in cam for Ghana now.
Yeah, I think he'd be good there. Routledge and Lowe on the wings, and then Whittaker up front, and then two in the midfield, like Grimes and Fulton, or Grimes and Smith, or something like that. Four at the back. Just do that system, but we know it's not going to happen.
I think I would drop Smith. I don't think he did anything because Birmingham. Everyone's been, and this is maybe a bit controversial, but everyone's been crying out saying like, oh, Smith needs to come in for Horahan. Horahan's been unbalanced in the midfield. Smith is so much better. He gels the midfield together. I don't see it.
I don't know, it's a bit harsh because I don't think the midfield was the problem. It's just we haven't got it. We just can't attack.
It isn't the problem, and I'm not saying Smith is the problem either. I'm saying like everyone's saying Horahan coming in was the problem. I just can't see how can you say that after watching yesterday? Horahan didn't step foot on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing changed.
I don't blame Horahan. I don't blame him for that. I just think he needs to go to a back four. I think the three in the middle work well because they give us the platform to have the ball. We did have a lot of the ball, Grimes and Bolton and Smith, but you haven't got anything ahead of them to do anything with it.
Plus, it's the defenders playing. It's the defence playing all the long balls as well. Over the midfield.
Yeah, so the game is bypassing them half the time.
Yeah.
We know our wing backs aren't working anymore. Don't use them. Use just a right back and a left back, a full back, and just create something in midfield for a change rather than just booting it up field. It's just frustrating.
I wonder if Bowyer's comments about predictability, if he'll actually take them on board and maybe be like, okay, well, we'll change it then. Can't see it, mind.
You're saying about the wing backs. Even if he plays Norton right back and plays Roberts on the wing. Just to have a bit more of a thing, and then play like Low on the other wing, just to mix it up a bit. Just anything, please do something.
Any changes you'd make, Chris?
No, keep the same team. I think if it's got to give it a bit of time to work.
I've got anything serious.
Absolutely not, Chris. Absolutely not. You're hoping for a bite there.
I don't know what to say, to be honest. I don't know what to say. I mean, you chuck Horahan on just in case we get a decent free kick, and that might be the only opportunity we've got to score a goal in the next game. No.
But it comes back to my point. I don't think he necessarily unbalances the midfield. Would it have been more than 1-0 if he was on a pitch yesterday? I don't think so.
I ain't got a clue.
Maybe we would have shithoused to win with a 1-0 1-1 with a free kick if he was on the pitch instead of Danda, for example. Who knows? But I just think yesterday just highlights that he clearly isn't the issue. There was obviously other problems. It just coincided with him coming into the team. I think you touched on it earlier in the other video we did, Scott, or Chris maybe, about Morris getting injured. Our problems probably started in January where it looked to turn. You said Norwich being the last game that we played well in, really. And that does kind of go in line with the fact that all the stuff they tried to do to address the issues, so brought in Morris, brought in Areola, Morris with the unfortunate injury, Gibbs-White getting recalled, which is probably the most creative player we've had all season.
What we're calling out for right now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it Gibbs-White?
If those two things didn't happen, would we be still in the same situation? Would the fact that he's not changed the system... Remember we spoke about it when Morris was in, because he's a winger, primarily. Was he preparing to make a change, and now he feels like he hasn't got the options?
Well, he has got the options to make a change, because I get what you're saying. We are missing those players. He can still go to a back four. We've got enough defenders, enough full-backs, enough wingers now. I know he obviously hasn't bought many wingers, but Lowe can go to the wing, and Ayew and Whittaker, or we can play Roberts on the wing. I think he still has got options at his disposal. He's just so stubborn.
Yeah. I'm just asking the question, trying to...
I get what you're saying. I think we do miss those players. We have been unlucky in that sense. So I think it could have been a lot different if they stayed fit and if they brought in that Obafemi from Southampton. It could have been a lot different, but you still got to work with what you've got. And he has done well up to a point, but it's just bugging me now.
To be honest, it'll be exactly the same next game where if we're losing by half time, he'll make 3 changes. He'll keep the same team. He'll keep the same formation, probably the same team. If we're 0-0 half time, you won't make anything until 70th minute, which is a weird time to make it. To be honest, we should be about 60 to be honest. But if we are losing, he'll make 3 subs at half time, and we'll maybe play some football. But it'll be too late again.
The Gibbs-White situation frustrates me a lot because they recalled him in January and he's only played 6 times.
Yeah, but you could see his creativity at the start. I know people were saying when he got injured that we were winning without him, but when he came back for that one game and he came off the bench, you could just see his quality again.
No, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. It frustrates me because they recalled him in January, and since he's gone back, he's only played 6 times for Wolves.
Yeah, I think he started a game, didn't he, when he first went back, and then he played a few more, and then I think all the Wolves fans started having hate towards him. And then now he hasn't played anything.
Something about helping a charity or something. And they were like, you need to focus on your football. But maybe that says more about the fans. Yeah, it's frustrating. Because with our transfer situation, and we do use a lot of loans, I guess this again highlights the problem with that, and when the loans don't work or the issues that come along with loans, recalls, injuries. What are you laughing at?
I can just hear the baby crying.
You just killed the fucking conversation, you twat.
I didn't say...
You didn't have to say anything, Luke.
I haven't said anything.
No, it's because he just put in the fucking group, I'm dying for a shit. I knew it was something. I could tell by his face he's done something. It doesn't sound like we're very confident, but what we're going to go with for our predictions.
Are we home or away first?
Home.
I'll go 1-0.
Who's going to score?
With own goal by the centre back, because no one in our team's scoring.
Very optimistic. All right. Lee?
I think we're going to go down 2-0.
2-0. Preston. That's
I like it when Lee does this though, because we end up winning.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Everyone jump on the win. 3 points.
If it gets us a win. If he changes the system and we win 3-0, I'll be bouncing on Monday night. But can't see it. He's gonna play the same team, and we're gonna lose 2-0, and then there'll be ructions.
Yeah, well, it's red ructions. Scott.
1-0 Swans. Whittaker to score, because I think he will make that one change up front, but nothing else.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think he will bring in Whittaker for the next game. For probably Low, even though I wanted to see what happens if I use up the squad. That's my I don't know. I just want to see what we play like. Do we play better? Because I don't, like I said in the last video, I don't know what he brings to the last 3 games that we've played. So if we have him and Lowe on, Whittaker and Lowe on the pitch, I just want to see how it happens. But we'll see.
Maybe like it would maybe put the opposition off if they're preparing to double mark him and defend against RU, and then he's not there. All of a sudden,
yeah.
Does that like? Well, if they're not double marking someone, does that open up more gaps? Like, I don't know. It could be interesting. And then bring him on maybe when we're ahead or whatever to consolidate the win. I'm going to say 2-1 to Swans. And I'm going to say, I don't know. I actually don't know to call for a goal scorer. It's so hard in there at the moment.
Literally. It's hard.
Ben Hamer.
Yeah, maybe like goal kick will just bounce over. Bit of swirling wind in the Liberty Stadium.
About time they dropped that Woodman, isn't it?
You are? I'm going to say RU's going to score, and I'm going to say Felton as well.
Top ends.
Although he probably won't start Felton now, knowing my luck. So, well, hopefully we'll win anyway. It needs to happen, I think, for the momentum and, well, the negativity is going to just be so much. I think that even if we get into the playoffs, it's going to be a tough ask if we don't stop the slide soon. But I wonder
if we'll do a Forest of last year.
They weren't even this high up, were they?
No, they were in the mix. They were in the mix all season, and then they went on a just tragic last 10 run, didn't they?
Probably karma for us last season, isn't it? Yeah.
Probably.
I can't see us dropping out of the playoffs, but famous last words.
It's only 7 points, mine, from Bournemouth, and Bournemouth are playing well.
Yeah, I know, but you've got to remember, like, you've got traffic, like Reading are not playing well as well. Barnsley could drop out before us. Like, they've all got to get more points than us, all of them.
We do have Sheffield Wednesday and Wycombe Wanderers in the next couple of games, so
yeah,
probably lose them.
Well, if we lose them, we deserve to drop out, don't we? But I'm sure.
I was just about to say,
I'm sure that we can turn it around against some of the teams, like, and you know that requires all 4 of them teams to get more points than us in the remaining games, which, even if we win 2 games, I just can't see it happening. Just 2 games more. We think we got into the playoffs with 70 points last year, and we're on 69 now.
We've got playoffs. We won't drop out of playoffs. So I'm confident in that, but it just depends where we're going to finish in playoffs now.
To be honest, doesn't necessarily mean third's the best place to finish either. If Bournemouth sneak into 6th, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather not finish 3rd. Because I can't see us beating them over 2 legs, which we touched on, me and Lee did the other day. Cardiff,
I love the contrast in videos from that as well. You two are so, well, Lee definitely, smile on his face and everything. Oh yeah, we got a great run in. All the other teams got a shit run in, and now first game, what a load of shit.
Oh, I was so optimistic with that run in and the 2-week break. I just thought this we've got such a good chance, and then that performance last night, shit all over it.
Well, Barnsley and Reading drew yesterday, and Reading missed an open goal to win that game.
Oh yeah,
I saw that. That was shocking.
They are looking in trouble. Dropping out. Their form is almost as bad as ours. So, yeah, look, it could change. We'll hope for the best. Maybe we'll come on Monday and be more positive. But otherwise, cheers for coming on, boys.
Cheers for having me.
Cheers, lads.
Yeah.
Cheers,
top up my sunburn now.
Oh, yeah. You look a little bit more like a tomato. But on that note, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and engage in the comments. We shall catch you all later, so have a good one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, to click the like button to help us grow. To keep up to date with all of our new uploads, hit the subscribe button and push the bell to ensure you are notified of all of our new videos. As always, engage in the comments and let us know your opinions on what we discussed today. And if you want to support us directly, check out our new merch where you can find some awesome Swansea related t-shirts.